Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is in session. Let the record reflect that the attorney for the state and the attorney for the defendant are present in the courtroom. I received a message from the jury that it has reached a verdict. Will the bailiff please bring the jury into the courtroom? You may be seated. Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session and calls numbers M331242 and calls number M331244. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Matthew Joseph Bailey. Let the record reflect that the attorney for the state, the attorney for the defendant, and all members of the jury are present in and seated in the courtroom. Foreperson, have you reached a verdict in this case?
We have.
Is this verdict unanimous? That is one that is agreed upon by all the jurors.
Yes, sir.
Please hand the verdict to the bailiff. Foreperson, is the verdict a unanimous one by all the members of the jury?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And calls number M331242. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty as charged in the information of driving while intoxicated. And it calls number M331244. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty as charged in the information of unlawfully carrying a weapon engaged in criminal activity. Does anyone like the jury to be polled?
I do not.
Okay, state.
Thank you.
Okay, you may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'd like to thank you for your time and attention to these two cases that were consolidated. Your jury service have concluded. You can remove your badges. And okay, on behalf of the citizens of Jefferson County, I'd like to thank you for your time and attention that you devoted to these two cases. These cases went on a little longer than we may have anticipated. However, the purpose was to make sure that justice was done. Now, your service as jurors have concluded. If you need to get anything from the district clerk's office, they're right across the hall. I think they close maybe about 4:30 today. And so you can go over there and get whatever you need to get from the district clerk's office. Now, as I mentioned to the other members who were on the panel, anytime you're in this area of County Court at Law number 2, you can come to County Court at Law number 2 and have a seat in that area back there that we call the peanut gallery, but you can't bring any peanuts in here and eat because it is not the Texas Roadhouse. However, you can come and enter the courtroom and see what goes on in your courtroom. County Court at Law number 2, we handle we handle misdemeanor cases, class A, B, and C. Now, I normally would give jurors a handshake, but COVID is still rampant in our community. However, I will give each and every one of you what I call an air handshake. Okay? And thank you for your service, the bailiff. I have some letters for you. Now, you can talk to the lawyers if you desire to, but you do not have to talk to any one of the lawyers in the case. So at this time, your service have concluded. Each and every one of you have a blessed day. And follow the bailiff. Everyone, please stand. And Mr. Crocker, you've elected to go to the court on punishment?
Yes, Your Honor, I filed my election.
Okay. And so we're going to, we always have a PSI report that we normally order. It usually take about 30 to 40 days. And so the case is going to be reset to give the probation department an opportunity to get the PSI report. Okay?
I assume you were going to direct him to the probation department shortly. Okay.
She will.
You
may be seated, yeah.
Mr. Bailey lives out of the state.
Okay,
So that we can get there, the easier.
yes. Okay, she's gonna give you a reset. Okay, 45 days. We're gonna do a 45 since he lives out of state, you did 30. Okay, so we'll be in recess. All right, you are.